Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host, Jerry Wald, stroke survivor for 15 years. Wow. Good morning, you guys, for being here. I appreciate it very much. I'm working on um, getting Naomi and Jean on here. Had a little difficulty this morning, but we're working on it real quickly. So I appreciate you being here. And, this show really is to discuss stroke and how much it affects all of us and the caregivers. And that's what Naomi is going to be talking about. So uh, we'll talk about, Jean had 9 strokes. Uh, so really good to hear what Naomi's perspective is on this and how she's dealing with all this. And, I know they've been married a long time and we'll get her on somehow. We're going to make this happen. And, I'll just reach out here. Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Lindora. Mike, Doze, Megan, um, Kelly, Doug. I hope I didn't miss anyone. I appreciate you guys being here. And thank you so much. Let's see, Kelly Rose, Doug Monroe. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see, who else did I not reach out to? Host. Well, that's me. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. And this show is all about bringing awareness, as you know, warning Musong to stroke, brain injury, TBI, aphasia, big one there too. So, Brad. So hopefully you guys know. And if you have not subscribed, please go to YouTube, hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, hit that notification button. Lynn, nice to see you. Kevin, and yeah, Jean and Naomi having tiny bit of difficulty logging on, but we're working on things. So sit back and let's see if she's. Yep, they are working on it. So Doug, yes. Anyway, congratulations. That's right. I saw that there. Your first year anniversary. It's a big one. I know. And time flies. Time flies back quickly. So tell me what you guys are doing. I'm going to therapy, and does anybody stretch? Does anybody stretch? For me, I did my first stretch is in my legs in a long time, and so yesterday, and wow, was it sore this morning when I got up. And yes, nice to see you, Jean and Naomi. We're working on that, so sit back, relax, and hopefully we'll get this going here. And but I've been watching some videos, and Gerald, I know you're out there, Mr. Chapman. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of videos about stroke and what goes on in the first few years. Do you some people think you recover. It depends on the severity of a stroke. And a lot of people think, okay, I'll recover in just, a few months or so. And it takes some time. It definitely takes some time. Um, yes, Naomi, good. That may be the solving issue there. She's restarting her computer. So I'm just going to chit chat here and talk to you guys here until she gets it going. And you do have the link still, Naomi, and I'm looking forward to this getting going. So please, I love it. Uh, so I hear all these dingings going on my computer here. But anyway, yeah, I started doing the show. I'm trying to think if you are new to this channel, I started doing this show. And if you look back, the easiest way is go to YouTube, Let's Talk Stroke, and look at my first videos. If you go back, wow, talk about what a change. But anyway, it is it's cool how it's gotten better and better, and bringing on guests. This is what it's about, to raise awareness, and I'm trying to improve it better and better, and it's moving good. Let's see here. I know there's a comment here, and this is good. Lynn, you know what? I'd love to know what the stretches you're doing, because I'm telling you, the ones I did, my therapist, she's a neurotherapist, and wow, she helps me with is pretty darn good. And I'm very sore, which is a good thing. You want to get something out of your therapy, and that's what I do every Monday and Wednesday. And it works hard. If you work with a neural therapist, they work you hard. They just really work you hard. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to bring up some comments here that you guys are mentioning here, and thank you for making sending these comments. Yes, I thought I'd get my arm back right away, but it hasn't yet. Yeah, what Doug? Forgive me if I don't remember a lot of these things. What did you? Obviously a year ago, but what kind of stroke did you have? Was it a hemorrhagic? Was it a ischemic stroke? TIA, a transient ischemic attack. I had the hemorrhagic stroke, and it got me pretty good. And then doing good, not using my AFO, and I fell in 2020 and broke my hip. Well, that was fun. So other than that, now I'm back in the AFO, and that's it. But yeah, I'd like to know what kind of stroke you had, and maybe all you that are watching or making comments, ischemic, okay. Yeah, tell us what type of stroke you had. And I know a lot of you have been on the show before, and if you go back and look at the videos, you can see, and I appreciate you guys. These videos are here on YouTube, Facebook, um, Twitter, which is X, LinkedIn. So please tell me what you had, and what's the effect you have now. I mean, mine is the right side, getting better. I don't do a lot of that's yeah, okay, cardio. And what caused it? Okay, it was blocked. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to know what kind of stroke, or what caused your stroke. Do you know what type of stroke you had, and do you know what caused it? Um, um, yeah. Does anybody want to answer that though? But I agree. Where is it here? You had a ischemic. Okay, Lindora, and uh, the difference between a transient ischemic attack. Yeah, I don't want to make light of any kind of a stroke. A transient, in other words, it's like a mini stroke. That's kind of what they call it, but it's still a stroke is a stroke. I mean, you just got to really watch now a lot more what you're doing. Um, uh, it's really amazing what you go through, and when you have a stroke. Um, I'm sure people that are here, and if you're new, thank you for being here. Uh, but mine was hemorrhagic stroke, and it usually is something that it's a brain bleed. And has anybody had this like mine? Walking, and all of a sudden I heard a pop. I'm sure I've told that before, and I have said that before, but I'm not sure a lot of them. I heard a pop, and then I felt like water or some kind of something in my brain. It's kind of weird that I felt that, and then I couldn't feel myself. Wow, that is just crazy situation, and I honestly thought that's it. I mean, what caused this? Mine was caused apparently by a sinus disease. Who knew? Getting my what was it called? Bloody noses for weeks, and carrying tissues around, during work. Um, but that's kind of what I did. Let's see, Mr. Mike Doznig, ischemic right side, has not recovered after 13 and a half years, but I walk slowly. Hey, I know, I walk slowly too, and that's okay. Um, Thank you for putting these. Most of them are ischemic. Hemorrhagic. I can't remember the how many the percentage, but I think most are ischemic. Hemorrhagic is a brain bleed, and ischemic is a blockage in arteries or one of the things. Lynn, yes, and I remember, yeah, ischemic stroke brought on by vascular disease, specifically venous insufficient. Okay, um, I understand. Yeah, so thank you for putting all this stuff on here so I can see and know that you're not alone. And I know we had Jerry Chapman, we had Musong and Tara the other day, and great conversation. And like Tara said, reach out. If you have and want to talk, please reach out to us. I mean, really. What? Did I not say that? I may have. Yeah, ischemic is about 80% and 20% of the hemorrhagic, and the 20% of hemorrhagic. It's just of course I got that one, but it's okay. I mean, what are you going to do now? Um, Started doing this show, I don't know how many years ago. Let's see, before the pandemic. So that's 5, 6, 7, 16. Yeah, it was quite, but oh my gosh, about 8 years ago, and um, 9 years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was asked my daughter, go talk to other people. You're not the only one out there that had a stroke. Well, I thought I was at that age, but sorry if I don't bring up your comments, but some of them I do, and thank you. When I had mine, I became confused and started slurring my speech. I tried to 911, but didn't know how to use the phone. Well, yeah, reach out to me. Let's get you back on. Let's get you on here so we can chit chat and um, get you on to share your story, because obviously every story is different. Um, so um, so yeah, yeah. I mean, it sounds like you were alone, Doug. That you were alone, and that you had no how to call. And I know that once you start slurring your speech, and people think, oh, what's this guy doing calling 911? I had a growth in my brain, had a stroke during the surgery. Yeah, I know. Lynn, good to see you. It's been a while. Well, I can see you on your pictures up here. Most people have a picture, and on your Facebook, YouTube, or whatever. So yeah, so mine was a bleed, and it was very confusing. How many months did you spend in ICU? If not, how many months did you spend in inpatient hospital? Mine was 9 days in ICU. Just to let you mind, I'd love to know what yours is too. And I know the ones that are on my show, I don't want to use it as what. Um, uh, I don't remember, but I don't. Um, uh, I had 9 days in ICU, then right after that, right to inpatient rehab for more than 2 months. And then from there, outpatient, and, you know, and also, who does not think you are given enough information when you were discharged from the hospital? From that, and if you had a caregiver, were they given enough information to uh, so you know how to take care of a brain injury survivor? Well, I know in my neck of the woods, um, for us, we weren't, because who knew? I never knew the stroke situation. So when I left, I assumed that's what they give you, whatever it is. But now doing what I do, I know that I wasn't given enough information to leave the hospital. What do I do? Well, here's a couple months. So keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh, thank you. Well, first of all, I was in a wheelchair when I. Second of all, I couldn't really talk. I thought I could. Really. I mean, you can hear me now, but I'm still, depends who I'm talking to, or the the aphasia really is just a tough deal. Work. So people were nearby. Yeah, it's just I know. I was just on a the lack of info was the reason I wrote my book. Yes, Mike. Hey, and if anybody has it, I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Um, what what is it? If anybody hasn't gotten Mike's book, it really does give you an honest perspective of how when you go through Mike's book. Um, Feel free, Mike, put it on your what you said here because it's a great book. Um, Tells you exactly why he did that, which is awesome. Um, let's see, Roadhead, Mississippi. Man, yeah, reading it. So yeah, so Mike, please put it in there. Um, please put it in there. What your book is all about. Um, because if it could, I mean, it helped me tremendously. Um, your book, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I'm sure I bought it, but there was a guest the other day in the Roadhouse, Mississippi. And they mentioned on the show the other day. I apologize, I didn't comment. Are you on today? I ate there all the time. Yeah, yeah, on the Roadhouse. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I, oh my gosh, I know who it is. Yeah, sorry if I butcher and don't remember, but I appreciate you being here and thanks for mentioning that. Um, Aphasia Phil. Uh, Tara, I think that's who it is. But I'm still waiting there, Naomi. So if you're watching, I know you were restarting your computer, but yeah. So yeah. So I'm doing well. We had the worst storm. I don't know how you guys fared with last night. We had probably um, 4 to 6 inches of rain. It was crazy all night long. Does that bother you too? When you hear a loud noise, I know for me, if I'm driving and I hear a backfire of a car or something, my whole right side, what do you call it? It jumps. I don't see you there. This is Naomi here. Um, yes, oh, there. I think she. Okay, there we go. Let me bring it here. Sorry about that, Naomi. Oh my goodness. Whew! How are you?
I'm here, finally.
Th- This is the one and only Naomi Smith. Her husband,
Woohoo!
Gene. Yes. Thank you. I know what a terrible thing. I'm not sure if you can see the comments right here.
Yes, I can.
Awesome, awesome. How are you? It's been a while.
I got to turn off my phone now. It
Yo,
has been. It's been a while. I'm doing good.
good, good. It's great to hear like a caregiver's perspective of somebody that's had 9 strokes. Nine,
Yeah.
everyone.
He
Yeah,
had his first two 11 years ago. Then 6 years ago, he had four in one day. And then he's had small ones since.
yeah. Wow. Yeah. Now, dumb question. How is he? How is it for a caregiver? Because I mean, I know my side of the world, but I didn't have 9 strokes, so that's quite the journey that you've been through. I know Gene as well.
It's sometimes it's scary. Sometimes there's so many different emotions. I'm thankful that I can do it. Mostly,
Yeah,
I'm thankful that I can do it because if I couldn't, he wouldn't be here.
yeah, yeah. That's I hear the stories of some people that just I didn't. The worst thing I've ever heard is I didn't sign up for this. Well, actually, you did if you're married.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
wow, wow, yeah. But wow. So does I can't remember. Does Gene have seizures?
Yes,
He does.
yeah. He has seizures. He has really small ones. He's never had like a grand mal or,
Good.
but yeah, they're just small. It's usually brought on by his coughing because with the trach, he coughs so hard
Right. And that
that,
wow. And that causes
and
it.
it just, yeah, it'll trigger seizures.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Interesting stuff there. Because if I have one, I'm not sure. Because Gene, can he stand up?
Well, now, I mean, when he's not having seizure, yeah, he's
Yeah.
really weak. But he does a little walking. If we leave the house, he uses a cane. But yeah,
Well, because my when I have a seizure, I stand up right away, and it goes away when I wait there, because it usually starts on my leg, and so I stand up right
oh,
away. For the most part, it seems to work.
yeah, he can't. I just calm him and just keep telling him to breathe, and
Yeah,
he'll come out of it pretty quick.
right,
But
right.
he's fallen having them.
Wow.
You know, it was
Yeah,
interesting. You asked a question about were we prepared as a caregiver when our husbands left the hospital, and for me, it was like they just said, "You're going to do this. This is what you're going to do." And I wasn't prepared to change trachs out, to suction, to do all those things. And still today, it's scary when I'm dealing with this trach.
right, right.
But yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't. Yeah, it was more like, this is what you're going to do. You don't have a choice.
yeah. So you weren't you don't think, because for me and everybody else, we feel like we weren't prepared enough to when we
Right.
discharged. Yeah,
Yeah.
because my wife,
I
no,
think
there was
I
wasn't.
think it's a lot scarier for the caregiver because, yeah,
Yeah,
we feel very responsible for what happens. Once you're out of the hospital, everything is on us.
right. I can imagine. Yeah,
So yeah, so it can get really, really scary.
yeah. How many? I know you just said it probably, but uh, short-term memory. Did you? How long ago was it? You said 9, the first
The
one?
first two strokes were 11 years ago,
11. Wow.
and then four were 6. He
Wow.
had
Okay.
4 in. They said a blood clot had broke up and hit his brain in 4 different spots at once, is
Wow.
how it was explained to me. And they never could figure out where the blood clots were coming from. Never.
Never. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
I think Yvonne said the same thing with hers, that they never could figure out where the blood clots were coming from.
Right. Right. So no. What the cause of the original one? I mean, not smoking. I mean, or no. Yeah.
He
Crazy.
he he had really uncontrolled diabetes. Um, it was way out of control. Now it's under control that I'm in, since I'm
Yeah.
in
Now that you're in
control.
charge.
But yeah, it was his diabetes was so out of control.
Wow.
So yeah, that had a lot to do with the first two. After that, I don't know. They said a month before he had the floor, he was in the hospital, and they said he had plaque in his heart.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have very good community support. Very good community support.
That's
Amazing. Between my friends and our church, yeah.
wow. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
Any therapy involved after 11 years?
We did a lot of speech, but we quit.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting any better, and yeah, just so yeah, he had some speech, but nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So so his walking ability still he did you say he uses a cane?
Yes, he uses a
Wow.
cane.
Wow.
Um, he
Good.
has used a walker at times, but usually yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
just uses a cane. I yell at him a lot, get your cane.
Yeah. Oh, I get my share of yelled at.
Yep.
Definitely. Oh yeah. I
You
get
gotta
so used
find
to
some joy in it.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because I know, you get so used to, can you get me this? Can you get me that? Well, you got 2 feet. That's what I get told. So,
Yeah.
y- so I,
Yeah,
yeah,
he doesn't even ask anymore. He just goes and does it.
wow,
But
good for him.
he'll go out and barbecue. He just puts a chair in front of the barbecue, and he'll cook that way. Um, yeah, so he'll do things like that. But
Oh,
he's
good.
got with all the strokes, he's got a lot more damage.
Right.
So his cognitive abilities are most of the time more in the range of a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you've got family support there, don't you?
Um my our family's very busy. our, our son works full time and he has a lot of kids. And our daughter doesn't live here. She lives
Oh,
on the other side of the state. So
okay.
yeah, there's not, but we do have community support.
Yeah, that's so important. And the church
Yeah.
support. How often you go to church? I like to bring up religion, but you go to church a lot with, you know, for the
Well,
support.
Gene hadn't gone in a long time,
Yeah.
but we got a new pastor, and the people in the church have made him feel comfortable enough to where he really looks forward to going. He wants to
Oh,
go.
that's good.
You
Wow.
know,
Yeah, that's
he won't let
awesome.
me. He won't let me shave him right now, left-handed, so we're not going.
How the deficits besides the trach and all that, like obviously one side or the other is affected.
Really, he doesn't have that kind of a deficit. He's not weak on one side or the other. Um, yeah, it's really weird how it's worked for him. Most of it
Good.
is cognitive. A
Yeah.
lot, most of his deficit is cognitive.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
it's really speech therapy is what he probably, not that I know anything, by just thinking about me, um, the speech therapy probably, or cognitive
well, yeah, but
therapy.
you got to do your homework,
Yeah.
and he won't.
Yeah.
For him, it was kind of like an outing, and he really liked a speech therapist, so it was like a visitation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to
It's,
go see Clark today.
yeah. I know it's like it's your, I don't want to say it's like your therapist, but it really is your therapist. It's a good, an outing. Like you said, you
Yeah,
go out there and you want them to, it's like my wife goes to the hairdresser or whatever. That's her therapist.
yeah. Mine is hiking.
Like, oh, good.
Yeah, I yeah, that's where I get my therapy at, is getting out and hiking. Um, so it's kind of hot now to do it, but yeah,
Yeah. Washington. No.
yeah,
Where you located?
Washington. Well,
Yeah.
we're in Eastern Washington, so it's more
Yeah.
desert and dry heat. So yeah.
Yeah. No
So I was
kidding.
talking to Musong about it the other day because he grew up in the city that our daughter lives in on the west side of the
Wow.
state. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's great. So you've really been there for your own. Now you're originally from there too?
Well, yeah, pretty much. We're from Eastern. My husband's family moved here when he was around 4 or 5, and we moved here when I was around 4. My dad
Right.
retired from the military here, so we just stayed.
Right. Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah,
So
it's
so
been,
which,
you can say all our life.
yeah, exactly. So what's your
We say
kind
that
of
a lot. We've been married all our lives too, so
yeah, you've been married a long time.
54 years.
Wow, yeah, that congratulations. And then Gene's anniversary for his stroke is coming up later the next week.
June 9th. His his
June 9th.
his 6-year anniversary will be June 9th. His 11-year anniversary will be August 1st.
Wow, you've got a
And we
lot of
just put,
anniversaries.
Yeah, we quit counting after that.
Yeah,
Didn't write down
absolutely.
the dates anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So so your daily routine every day, I mean, it's you're busy with Gene, and I'm sure you have, like you said, the trade, um,
Yeah.
s- so many things.
Yeah, I'm bored a lot.
Yeah.
I I have I craft. When I can't get out and hike, I craft. Um, but yeah, I mean it's basically house cleaning and doing his trach care and just watching him to make sure he doesn't fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
He's had
and
some
I do
falls.
have yeah, and I have respite twice a week. So
Oh,
then
okay.
I can go do something. So
That's
yeah.
great. Good for you. You need, I know you need me time.
I keep telling Gene he needs to leave the house with his caregiver so I can have the house to myself. He
Yes.
does he gets mad.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
If
yeah.
if it's okay with you, then but it's nice you have a caregiver that comes in.
Oh yeah, and he loves her. We've had it for a little over a year now. I finally have had respite time.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, Mike, go Joey.
Yeah.
We're
Good old Mike.
Gene likes Joey Logano on
Oh,
NASCAR, so we're
yeah.
always talking
Yeah.
to Mike about
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I don't comment, but I see the chat.
that in the chat.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
funny. But it's a nice way to I love chatting with other people like that. A lot of people really don't know about the chat out there. There's a lot of people, well, a lot of people won't comment, but you know, I try to get in there, and
Yeah.
Serena does, and uh, but yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes I just pop in and see what people are saying and then
yeah,
leave.
exactly. Make sure they're not
But yeah,
talking about
yeah, don't be talking about me.
it. Exactly, exactly. Well, so what else is for like you deal like today? Do you have something um, going on? Yeah, she is.
Yeah, after this I have Bible study.
Oh, nice.
So because the caregiver comes in today, so she's gonna take Gene for all his blood work and stuff, and I'm gonna go to Bible study.
Wow.
So
Wow,
yeah,
that's great. Wow, and that's
yeah,
awesome that she's taking you to the get the blood work.
yeah, yeah. She always teases him and tells him she's gonna take him to a strip club.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Gene.
So he's lucky. He's got a caregiver with a great sense of humor. They get along really well. You know, so yeah, we've been really blessed that way.
Right, right. That's that's terrific. Wow. Yeah, so it's been a while since
Yeah,
we've actually because I looked at the last one that we this show, and yeah,
yeah, it's been over a
yeah,
year.
oh yeah, it's definitely, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
But I'm glad you're able to
yeah,
do this. Um,
yeah. I couldn't believe it took me so long to get connected. I finally had to do it through Samsung.
oh,
It wouldn't let me do it through Zoom. I had to do it through
oh,
Samsung.
wow, okay.
So
Wow,
yeah,
it works. I've heard people say
yeah,
that Samsung, those what do you call those kind of Samsung that didn't work, but
yeah,
you got it to work. You're on a phone.
yeah. Yeah. Came right up. No, I'm on my
Oh, you are?
tablet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, for some reason I thought you were.
yeah,
Yeah, but I'm glad we got it to work.
yeah.
Yes. So what else with Gene and you is going on?
Let's see. We had an anniversary party a couple of weeks
Wow.
ago, and Jean got to go. We had it at a friend's house, and her husband took him out in his
Oh,
Corvette. That was
a treat.
I never saw Gene. Gene just handed me his cane and took off. He was in that car.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet. Um,
So that made his day, his year.
yeah, I'm sure it did. That's
So yeah,
wow. It probably was a new Corvette.
yeah. And yeah, it was. It's a hybrid
Was
and
it?
it goes very
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Those
Yeah.
yeah, those hybrids are amazing. I,
Yeah, it's got all the little bells and whistles, and he took me out too, and we didn't go as fast as Gene did. We only got to 110,
seriously?
but yeah. Seriously.
Wow.
But he showed me all the things it does, like the front end will automatically lift up so you don't bottom out, and
Wow.
it's all kinds of crazy
Well, I
stuff.
guess you get what you
Yeah,
pay
so
for.
yeah, the grandkids thought it was really cool too.
Oh yeah. 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 How many grandkids do you have?
12. Have you passed me yet?
Wow, 12. I think we have 13 because
Yeah,
one's
because I
about
used
six
to be
months.
ahead of you. Yeah,
What's that? Oh, I
our
know you
family
have.
quit. Yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah, they've quit having children.
How many kids do they have?
Well, our son has 7. Our daughter has 2, and then the others are like adopted grandkids, but they're our grandkids. That
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
absolutely. No, I agree.
Yeah.
So 7 kids. How old is the parents?
The parents, Brian is 53 and our daughter is 50.
Okay, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And and what is the youngest one age of the grandkids
Oh, the
there
youngest
with them?
grandkids, 4 years old.
Wow. Okay, so they had
Brian
wow.
Brian's youngest is 4 years old. They adopted the 4 youngest children they have. They're all adopted.
Wow.
They're
Good for them.
amazing. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Yeah.
that's great. And that's
So,
such a big heart they have.
yeah. And then our oldest grandson is 34.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Because
I got to be a
my
grandma before I was 40. It was really cool.
yeah, that is amazing. Because I know my oldest daughter is 40 something, and she just had a baby at 45, maybe 45,
Yeah.
her sixth child, and all
Yeah.
C-sections. Not good. I heard. I mean, they're not supposed to.
They, I think they recover quicker from C-sections. My daughter had all C-sections.
Oh, did you
They
really? Okay.
recover really fast from adoption. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So is Gene sleeping?
I just heard him getting up.
Ah,
I
okay.
heard him
So
in, yeah, doing his thing. So yeah, he's
does
been
he?
getting up early, but he's been really tired.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Does
yeah,
he do his like? Does he shower himself? All that stuff, or
I make sure that he gets in and out safely, and then he does all the rest. Yeah, he does
good?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you have to rearrange your house and anything there with the
it's kind. We have a little tiny house, so it's kind of hard to rearrange anything. We had
right,
a friend come over and start doing a bathroom for Gene, but he never finished.
right?
I have one unfinished bathroom and one finished. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that I know. That was a big, huge thing for us 5 years ago when we bought this house. I had to have a walk-in shower because if there's a tub, I might as well get into
yeah,
the sink and do my hair. I know it's not much, but we get it shaved all the time. But otherwise,
yeah.
it'd be gray and a big afro. So
I do Gene's. I shave his head and I shave him.
yeah,
Um, I had to quit letting him shave because he was just cutting the crud out of himself. So
yeah,
with the
I
broken
bet.
wrist, he's not letting me do it right now. So yeah.
He's
So
just
he's
gonna.
looking pretty shaggy already.
Is he happy? I mean, dumb question too. I mean, how can you be real happy when you have a stroke and all that? Um,
He has he really is content. He is
yeah,
happy. He is after his second stroke, he had the anger and that kind of stuff. And like I told his doctor, I said, with every stroke, his personality completely changes. Now he's just mellow. He likes to laugh. He likes to enjoy life. You
good.
know, even though he can't talk, he likes to be with the guys at church and listen to them talk about cars and stuff. And yeah,
Wow,
so he likes
that's
it.
that's great. I'm glad for him and you because it probably makes your life
Yeah,
a lot easier.
yeah, it does. You know,
Yeah,
I'm the cranky
absolutely.
one. He's the happy one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow.
So
Glad
yeah,
to hear all.
and it was funny. Musong, when he had his stroke, he was in the same hospital as Gene was when he had the 4 strokes.
Is that
They
right? At
were,
the same time?
yeah, we were no, but we were like, what a small world. He was in St. Pete's in Olympia, Washington, and
Yeah.
so was my husband. So was
Wow.
Gene. He was in the
Yeah.
ICU there for a month.
Wow.
So yeah,
Great to hear that. Because yeah, I mean I love Musang. He's a good guy.
yeah, we were just talking the other night. We really hadn't talked on the chat before, and we were like, wow, this is just
How
crazy.
did you find out? Did you because I know Musang he just passed 2 years, I believe, 2 years having his stroke.
Yeah, and Gene was there 6 years ago. We were just started talking, and I said something about Gene being on the other side of Washington State, and he said, "What hospital?" And I said, "St. Pete's in Olympia," and he was like, "Wow, that's the one I
Wow.
was in."
Yeah.
So yeah,
What's the
and we just it was crazy how Gene ended up there because we were kind of on the top of Mount Rainier when he had the four
oh
strokes. So that's why he ended up in
wow.
Olympia. So yeah, which was good because it was close to our daughter, and
Yeah.
so I had a lot of
That's
support
good.
there.
How
So
long was he
yeah,
in the hospital for that one?
he, he was in ICU
Oh
for a
wow.
month, and then he was up on the floor for floor for 2 weeks, and then we got to bring him back over to this side of the mountains for rehab, and he was in rehab for two
Wow. Okay.
weeks.
Wow. You've been so the first stroke, um, that was he was in a
He was in for like
is
three
that right?
days. The first stroke, he was in the hospital for like three
Wow.
days.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a TIA, was it? Or was it a ischemic or
No, it was a stroke. It was
yeah.
um yeah. It wasn't as it wasn't as bad as the four because we didn't know if he was gonna live. And I think he went into anaphylactic shock from the TPA.
Oh, he got the TPA.
Yeah, and he went into anaphylactic shock
Wow.
from that. And that's why they had to trach him. I mean, they
Yeah.
intubated him, and then the swelling didn't go down, so they had to trach him because they could keep him
Right.
intubated any longer. So they put the trach in, and when they did that, well, that was just a downward
Yeah,
spiral.
you
He ended up in the ICU again. He coded. He it was bad.
wow.
So
What did you think? And I now I know with in my like Barbara, what did she think? I keep thinking, what did you think when he all of a sudden he had the first one? You're probably thinking, why? Or I mean, I don't know what you thought.
it was actually he had it at the doctor's office.
Wow,
He had he had a doctor's appointment and he drove himself to the
wow.
doctor's. And then the doctor's office called me and said, we have an ambulance here to get Gene. He had a
Oh
stroke.
my goodness.
So yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, my mom I took care of my mom, and she'd had a lot
Oh,
of
is that right?
strokes.
Wow.
She had she had TIAs, and she passed away from strokes. She had a massive. Hers was hemorrhagic, and finally she just. I mean, it just blew up in her brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what mine was, hemorrhagic. Not not fun,
Yeah. See, but hers was she had been an
right?
alcoholic, so she tended to bleed internally, and we couldn't give her anything to stop the blood clots or to do anything else. We just had to let it
Really?
happen. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like, call the hospital and run her to the hospital every time something happened, because they said there's nothing
Yeah.
we can do.
Wow. What was
So,
she older than? Because I always thought
yeah.
a stroke was somebody that had it was an older person, but it's not.
She was older. Yeah, she was older.
Wow.
Yeah. She was in her
Wow.
80s.
Okay. So that's how I.
Yeah. Gene was younger. I mean, Gene was
Yeah.
62 when he had his
Right.
first stroke. Yeah. So, but I have a friend, his daughter, she had a stroke in utero
Uh,
before she was even born from the
oh.
stroke.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I've heard I've
Yeah.
heard that before.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
incredible. Um,
Yeah.
wow. Wow. So your caregiver is coming today, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what else that we missed? I know we started late, but we're getting close to an hour. So what else do we want to share
Yeah.
and let some people that, especially with you, what would you tell somebody that's having a stroke or is like a caregiver, since you were the caregiver, what would you tell somebody that you found out your husband's whoever is having a stroke? What can you say anything positive?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they survive, that's the
Yeah,
best outcome.
absolutely.
Really, Gene had passed away. I mean, he had
Yeah,
coded so
he
many
did.
times
I didn't know that.
in that 1 year. And so for me, I lost him a lot
Yeah,
of times.
right.
you know. So I would rather be doing this than
Yeah,
not doing it. And I don't, and I'm going to be honest, I can understand why some
yeah,
spouses leave. I mean, some people just can't handle it,
yeah. It's a lot of work.
and but for me, it's the biggest blessing I
Yeah,
could have
absolutely.
is to have my husband still with me and to be able to take
Yeah,
care of him. I mean, if I wasn't able to take care of him, that would be
yeah,
horrible.
absolutely.
So yeah, having that, being able to do that, and
You need to
so.
write a book.
But if people, I don't see how people who don't have faith can do
Right,
it. That would be a big thing for me because boy, oh boy, I can't do this on
right.
my own.
Yeah,
There's just no way,
absolutely.
you
Yeah,
know.
community support.
Yeah. So I shake my head at people who go through this stuff without having any kind of
Yeah,
faith.
I, I,
I just,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that
Um,
you have the faith, and it's yeah, it, it's very nice. And Candace, I had to bring this up.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you just got to have
Yeah,
patience. And you have to step away sometimes and go and scream. And it's okay if you scream and
yeah.
you cry, and there's going to be hard
Sure.
times. And it's okay to
Yeah,
admit that, and it's okay to express it. It's not. Not all days are wonderful, but you know, it's still better than what it
Yeah,
would be
better than alternative.
if he wasn't here.
Yeah,
Yep. So yeah,
absolutely. Well, Naomi, I really appreciate you coming on here
yeah,
and sharing the job. We need to get doing it again now that we figured out how to get the tablet and all that. But
yeah.
it's an amazing story. You've got some great faith and some great um, perspective on life.
Well, I
Yeah.
try. I don't always. Puts me on a
Oh,
bad day.
you have that. I mean, yeah, it's not all roses.
Yeah. There's days when I'm ready to go out and bury him in the backyard. But
I know that's. I mean, if she won't get on a camera here, my wife, but she would be in agreement with you 100% to throw me in the backyard and
I've messaged with your wife,
yeah,
yes.
that's it.
She's
Yeah,
amazing. You know, it would be awesome for her to come on.
I've told her, but she goes, well, then I'd have to say the truth about you or something. But uh, yes, Tara, Naomi is a warrior. Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. I don't feel like one, but thank you. I'm glad I can
yeah,
do it.
me too. It's
So, yeah.
you do a great job, and I such a positive person.
Thank
That's
you.
so nice to see and hear. You know,
Uh,
you
I'm not a control freak. I don't control everything. I just do the
yeah, that's
best
all
I
you can
can.
do.
Yep.
But
So,
thank you again, and obviously you can go through these comments later or whenever. And
yes, I
yeah,
will.
well, I hope you have a
Yeah.
wonderful time today and have your me time, which you need.
Yeah. We laugh a lot. We have a
Nice,
good
that's
time.
great. So important. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Naomi, I appreciate it, and
Okay.
definitely we can do it a little sooner than later, and to you know,
Yes.
it was great seeing you again.
Yeah. Just let me know when you want to
Yeah,
fill in.
done. I love it. I appreciate it so much. Well, have a wonderful
Okay.
day, and thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it, and it really makes a difference with all these
Yeah.
comments.
That's nice. And I
So,
would check out the comments and
yeah,
respond to them.
yeah, I do the same too. So it's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So, but
again, thank you so much, and
thank you for having
yeah, and
me.
good seeing
You're awesome for doing
good seeing you so much. It's been a while.
that.
So tell Gene
Yep.
hi. Yeah,
I
definitely,
will.
and
He's still, it takes him a while to
yeah.
primp.
All right. We'll see you later then. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay.